Listen carefully, my child. This moment did not reach you by accident. I guided you here because there is something your heart needs to hear. There are words your soul has been waiting for, answers you have prayed for in silence, and comfort you have searched for during nights when nobody understood what you were carrying. My child, I have seen every hidden tear. I have heard every prayer you whispered when your strength felt empty. I have watched you continue walking even when your heart was tired. You thought nobody noticed the battles behind your smile, but I was there. I saw the moments when you encouraged others while needing encouragement yourself. I saw the times you stayed kind even when people hurt you. I saw the moments when you wanted to give up, but something inside you kept saying, "Keep going." That voice was me. Take a moment and quiet your thoughts. Let the worries of yesterday release their hold on you. Let the fear of tomorrow become silent. Right now, I want you to understand this truth. You are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, and you are not walking alone. My child, the pressure you have been feeling is not without purpose. The challenges, the delays, the closed doors, and even the separation from certain people have been preparing you. You looked at some endings as rejection, but I was protecting you. You thought certain losses meant you were falling behind, but I was creating space for something greater. Sometimes I remove what you want because I know what you truly need. Sometimes I allow silence around you because I want you to hear my voice more clearly. Sometimes I close doors because I can see dangers that your eyes cannot see. Trust me, the season you are entering requires peace. It requires wisdom. It requires a heart that is no longer controlled by every opinion, every criticism, or every misunderstanding. My child, remember how many storms you survived. Remember the days you thought you could not continue, yet here you are. That was not luck. That was my hand holding you. When people walked away, I remained. When plans failed, I was still working. When your heart broke, I collected every piece. You may not understand every chapter of your story right now, but I am still writing it. Do not judge your future by your current struggle. A seed buried in darkness is not being destroyed. It is being prepared to grow. In the same way, your hidden season has been preparing something beautiful inside you. My child, I need you to release the weight you were never created to carry. Release the need to prove yourself to everyone. Release the fear that you are running out of time. Release the pain caused by people who could not recognize your heart. You spent too many nights asking why certain people changed. You wondered why conversations became different, why connections became weaker, and why places that once felt comfortable no longer felt like home. Listen carefully. Sometimes I separate you before I elevate you. Not everyone can walk into your next season. Not every voice deserves access to your spirit. Some people were connected to the old version of you, but I am creating something new within you. You are becoming stronger. You are becoming wiser. You are learning that peace is more valuable than approval. My child, stop returning to places where you had to shrink yourself to be accepted. Stop chasing relationships where you are the only one carrying love, effort, and understanding. I created you with purpose. Your worth does not decrease because someone failed to see it. You are valuable because I made you. The world may measure success through possessions, popularity, and recognition, but I look deeper. I see your heart. I see your patience. I see your faithfulness when nobody is watching. And I am telling you today, keep going. The difficulty you faced did not defeat you. It developed you. The waiting season did not waste your time. It strengthened your character. My child, I know you have questions. I know sometimes you look around and wonder why others seem ahead while you are still waiting. But never compare your journey. Flowers do not bloom at the same moment, yet each one becomes beautiful at its appointed time. Your timing is in my hands. The blessings prepared for you will not miss you. The right doors will open. The right people will find you. The right opportunities will arrive. But first, protect your peace. Do not allow anger to control your actions. Do not allow disappointment to harden your heart. Do not allow temporary pain to convince you that your story is over. You are still becoming everything I created you to be. My child, if these words are touching your heart, stay with this message until the end because there are things I need to remind you of. There is strength you need to receive. There is hope that needs to awaken again inside your spirit. The next season of your life requires a new mindset. You cannot carry old fear into new blessings. You cannot carry yesterday's pain into tomorrow's promise. Today, choose faith again. Choose patience again. Choose hope again. I am working even when you cannot see movement. I am arranging things even when everything appears silent. My child, your tears were not ignored. Your prayers were not forgotten. Your waiting has not been wasted. Something greater is being prepared. If you believe that I am guiding your life and you are ready to trust my timing, right? Yes, I trust you as a sign of faith. Let your heart declare that fear will no longer control your future. And if these messages strengthened your spirit, encouraged your heart, or helped you through difficult seasons, share this video with someone who may need hope tonight. And if you feel led to support this ministry so these words can continue reaching hurting hearts around the world, you can do so through the link given below. My child, if you feel happiness, peace, or comfort through these words, remember to like this message, subscribe to continue receiving encouragement, and share it with someone whose heart may need this reminder today. Stay close to me, keep your faith alive, your story is not finished. I am still working. My child, listen carefully. I know there are moments when you look at your life and wonder why certain things happened the way they did. You question why some doors closed after you prayed so hard for them to open. You wonder why certain people walked away when you gave them your kindness, your patience, and your loyalty. But I want you to understand something today. What left your life did not leave without my awareness. Nothing disappeared from your journey without passing through my hands first. You saw separation, but I saw protection. You saw disappointment, but I saw direction. You saw an ending, but I was preparing a new beginning that your eyes were not ready to recognize. My child, sometimes the things you cry over today are the same things you will thank me for removing tomorrow. You do not always understand my protection when it first arrives because protection does not always feel comfortable. Sometimes protection feels like rejection. Sometimes guidance feels like a delay. Sometimes growth feels like losing what was familiar. But trust me, I know the road ahead. I know what your heart cannot see. I know which connections will strengthen your purpose and which ones will slowly drain the light I placed inside you. My child, I watched you try to hold everything together. I watched you forgive again and again. I watched you give chances, offer love, and hope people would finally understand your heart. But I also saw how exhausted you became from carrying relationships that required you to lose yourself. You were never created to beg for the love, respect, or kindness that should have been given freely. You were never created to chase after people who only valued your presence after you walked away. Your heart is precious to me. Your peace matters to me. That is why I began changing your desires. That is why certain environments no longer feel the same. That is why conversations you once enjoyed now feel empty. That is why your spirit feels uncomfortable around things you used to accept. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming aware. You are not losing yourself. You are discovering who I created you to become. My child, transformation is not always loud. Sometimes the greatest changes happen quietly. Sometimes growth looks like staying silent when you could argue. Sometimes strength looks like walking away when you could prove a point. Sometimes wisdom looks like choosing peace over being right. There was a time when every negative word controlled your emotions. Every misunderstanding disturbed your mind. Every rejection made you question your worth. But look at you now. You are learning. You are healing. You are becoming stronger. The same situations that once broke your heart are now teaching your spirit. The same battles that once created fear are now creating wisdom. My child, do not be ashamed of the seasons where you struggled. Do not look back at your tears with regret. Those moments shaped something inside you that comfort could never create. Your difficult days gave you compassion. Your waiting seasons gave you patience. Your challenges gave you strength. Nothing was wasted. Even when you thought nothing was happening, I was working beneath the surface. Just because you could not see progress did not mean progress was not taking place. A tree grows roots before it grows branches. A foundation is built before a house rises. A heart must sometimes be prepared privately before blessings appear publicly. My child, I know you have been waiting for answers. I know you have asked, when will things finally change? When will my prayers become reality? When will this heavy season end? Hear me clearly. Do not give up before the breakthrough arrives. Many people stop walking when they are closer than they realize. They allow exhaustion to convince them that nothing is changing. They allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. But not you. You are still here because there is purpose ahead of you. The pain did not destroy you because my strength was carrying you. The disappointment did not finish your story because I was already preparing another chapter. My child, your past may explain where you have been, but it does not control where I am taking you. Stop replaying old mistakes. Stop punishing yourself for moments when you did not know what you know now. You grew. You learned. You changed. Give yourself the same grace you give others. I never asked you to be perfect. I asked you to keep your heart connected to me. When you fall, rise again. When you feel weak, come closer. When you feel uncertain, trust my direction. My child, the enemy wants you trapped in yesterday because he knows there is power waiting in your tomorrow. He wants you focused on what went wrong so you cannot recognize what I am making right. But today, choose differently. Choose gratitude instead of fear. Choose faith instead of worry. Choose peace instead of confusion. Your mind is a garden. Be careful what thoughts you allow to grow there. Do not water fear and expect peace to bloom. Do not feed doubt and expect confidence to rise. Speak life over yourself. Remind yourself that you are guided, protected, and loved. My child, I am not finished with you. The dreams I placed inside your heart still have purpose. The gifts I gave you still matter. The kindness inside you is not weakness. Your gentle heart is not a mistake. The world may tell you to become harder because you have been hurt, but I am teaching you to become wiser without losing your love. There is a difference. A healed heart can still care, but it also knows boundaries. A strong spirit can still forgive, but it also understands wisdom. This is the person you are becoming. My child, continue watching because the message ahead will strengthen what has already awakened inside you. There are reminders your spirit needs. There are truths your heart must hold on to as you move forward. Your next chapter requires courage. Your next blessing requires preparation. Your next level requires trust. So release what I removed. Stop standing beside closed doors asking why they closed. Walk forward because the doors ahead are connected to where I am leading you. If these words reached your heart today and you believe that better days are coming, right, I receive this new season as your declaration of faith. Let your words remind your spirit that the past is not your prison and your future is still filled with hope. My child, stay peaceful. Stay faithful. Stay patient. I have not forgotten you. I am guiding every step. My child, listen to me closely because these words are reaching you at a moment when your heart needs strength. I know the battles you never speak about. I know the thoughts you keep hidden behind your smile. I know the questions that visit your mind when the world becomes quiet and you are left alone with your feelings. You have asked yourself many times, why is this taking so long? Why do I keep facing challenges when I am trying to do what is right? Why do I feel like I am growing, but everything around me feels uncertain? My child, I want you to understand something. A season of preparation can feel like a season of waiting. A season of growth can feel like a season of isolation. A season of transformation can feel like everything familiar is changing. But I have not stepped away from you. I have been closer than you realize. Every moment you thought you were standing alone, I was strengthening you. Every moment you thought nothing was changing, I was arranging things you could not see. You looked at the silence and thought nothing was happening. I looked at the silence and saw preparation. My child, some of my greatest work happens where human eyes cannot see. Before a flower appears above the ground, something powerful happens beneath the soil. Before a new beginning appears in your life, something powerful must happen inside your heart. That is what I have been doing with you. I have been teaching you patience. I have been teaching you wisdom. I have been teaching you how to remain peaceful, even when life does not happen according to your timing. Do not mistake my silence for absence. I heard every prayer. I saw every tear. I noticed every moment you chose faith when fear was easier. My child, I know it hurt when people misunderstood you. I know it hurt when you gave your best and still felt unappreciated. I know there were times when you wondered why your kindness was overlooked and why your loyalty was not returned. But listen carefully. Never regret having a good heart. Never regret showing love. Never regret being kind in a world that sometimes forgets kindness. Your goodness was never wasted. The way people respond reveals their heart. The way you continue loving reveals yours. But I am also teaching you balance. A pure heart still needs wisdom. A forgiving heart still needs boundaries. A loving heart still needs protection. My child, not every person deserves unlimited access to your peace. You can forgive someone and still move forward. You can love someone and still understand they are not meant to walk beside you in every chapter. Growth requires understanding when to hold on and when to release. I know releasing is difficult. I know your heart remembers the good moments. I know you sometimes miss what used to be. But do not allow memories of yesterday to keep you trapped in a place where I am no longer asking you to stay. Sometimes you are holding on to something because it is familiar, while I am calling you toward something greater. Trust where I am leading you. My child, I have seen how much you have changed. You may not notice it every day, but I do. The things that once controlled your emotions no longer have the same power. The words that once broke you no longer define you. The rejection that once made you question yourself is now teaching you your worth. This is healing. Healing does not always happen instantly. Sometimes healing is waking up one day and realizing you no longer need an apology to move forward. Sometimes healing is choosing peace instead of replaying the same painful memories. Sometimes healing is finally understanding that what happened to you is only a chapter, not your entire story. My child, your story is bigger than the moments that hurt you. Your purpose is greater than the opinions spoken about you. Your future is stronger than the failures behind you. Do not keep carrying old labels that I never placed on you. You are not your mistakes. You are not your disappointments. You are not what someone said when they failed to understand your heart. You are my creation. You are still growing. You are still becoming. My child, there will be moments when the enemy tries to remind you of everything that went wrong. He will try to bring back fear, doubt, and old pain because he knows a peaceful mind is powerful. Do not give your energy to every negative thought. Do not answer every voice trying to pull you away from faith. Not every battle requires your attention. Sometimes the greatest victory is remaining calm. Sometimes the strongest response is choosing silence. Sometimes the most powerful step forward is refusing to return to what damaged your peace. My child, protect what I am building inside you. Protect your joy. Protect your thoughts. Protect your relationship with me. The world will always create noise, but my voice brings peace. When confusion comes, come closer to me. When fear rises, remember what I have already carried you through. When you feel tired, remember that your strength does not come only from yourself. I am with you. My child, your next season requires a stronger version of you. That is why the old patterns had to break. That is why certain things had to change. That is why you could not remain comfortable in places that were no longer helping you grow. You asked me for a new beginning, but new beginnings often require releasing old endings. You asked me for peace, so I started removing things creating chaos. You asked me for direction, so I started moving you away from paths that were not meant for you. Trust the process. My child, continue listening, because every part of this message is meant to remind you of who you are becoming. Do not leave before receiving the encouragement your heart needs. Sometimes one word of hope can restore strength you thought was gone. Your journey is not over. Your prayers are still alive. Your future is still being prepared. Today, choose to walk differently. Walk with faith. Walk with courage. Walk knowing that you are guided even when you do not understand every step. If this message connects with your spirit and you believe that I am still working in your life, right, I will keep my faith as a reminder that you are not giving up. My child, keep moving forward. The same road that tested you is creating strength inside you. The same season that challenged you is preparing you. And one day you will look back and understand why I guided you this way. I was never against you. I was always preparing you. My child, hear me clearly in this moment because I know there is a part of you that has been quietly wondering if all your effort, patience, and faith have truly mattered. You have walked through seasons where you gave everything you had, yet the results seemed invisible. You kept believing while waiting. You kept hoping while hurting. You kept moving forward while carrying questions nobody else could see. But I want you to know something today. Nothing you have done with a sincere heart has been forgotten. Every small step mattered. Every silent prayer mattered. Every moment you chose kindness when anger was easier mattered. I saw it all. My child, people often notice the final blessing, but they do not see the private battles that shape the person receiving it. They see the open door, but they do not see the nights spent waiting in front of closed ones. They see the strength, but they do not see the moments when you almost gave up. I saw those moments. I saw when you wiped your own tears and continued. I saw when your heart was heavy, but you still encouraged someone else. I saw when you wondered if your dreams were moving further away, yet you still held on to a little piece of hope. That hope was not meaningless. I placed it there. My child, sometimes the journey feels longer because I am building something deeper inside you. If I gave you everything before your heart was prepared, the blessing could become a burden. If I opened certain doors too early, you might have entered places you were not ready to handle. Preparation is not punishment. Waiting is not rejection. Delay is not denial. I have a purpose even in the moments that feel unfinished. Trust my timing. The world teaches you to rush. It tells you that you are late, that you are behind, that everyone else is moving faster. But my child, your journey was never meant to look exactly like someone else's. Do not compare your chapter with another person's story. Some flowers bloom in spring, some flowers bloom later, but every flower has its appointed moment. Your moment is not forgotten. My child, I know comparison has stolen your peace before. You looked at others and wondered why their prayers seemed answered quickly while yours required patience. You celebrated them, but deep inside you asked, when will it be my turn? I heard that question, and I want you to know I have not overlooked you. I do not bless others by taking blessings away from you. There is enough grace. There is enough purpose. There is enough room for the plan I created for your life. Your path is personal. Your timing is personal. Your growth is personal. Walk with trust, not pressure. My child, one of the greatest lessons I am teaching you in this season is peace. Not the kind of peace that only exists when everything is perfect, but the kind of peace that remains when life is uncertain. True peace is trusting me before you see the answer. True faith is walking forward before every detail is revealed. You do not need to understand the entire journey to take the next step. You only need to trust the one guiding you. I know what is ahead. I know the doors that need to open. I know the people who need to enter your life. I know the opportunities that are being prepared. Nothing is hidden from me. My child, stop allowing fear to create stories about a future I am still holding. Fear will tell you everything will fall apart. Faith will remind you that I have carried you before and I will carry you again. Look back for a moment. Remember everything you thought you would never survive. You survived. Remember the nights you thought the pain would never end. You healed. Remember the situations that felt impossible. You made it through. That was not because you were never weak. That was because my strength was with you. My child's strength does not mean you never feel tired. Courage does not mean you never feel afraid. Faith does not mean you never have questions. Faith means you choose to trust me even while carrying those questions. So stop criticizing yourself for having difficult days. Stop believing that a moment of weakness removes your progress. You are growing. You are learning. You are becoming. Every step forward counts. My child, I am also teaching you to protect your inner world. Be careful about the voices you allow to shape your thoughts. Not every opinion deserves a place in your heart. Not every criticism deserves your attention. Some people will misunderstand your growth because they only recognize the old version of you. Let them. You do not need everyone's approval to follow my direction. You do not need everyone's understanding to walk in purpose. There will be moments when choosing peace disappoints people who benefited from your lack of boundaries. There will be moments when your growth surprises those who expected you to remain the same. Keep growing anyway. My child, the version of you that is forming now is stronger, calmer, and wiser. You are learning not to fight every battle. You are learning not to respond to every negative voice. You are learning that protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary, because what I am placing inside you requires a peaceful heart. A distracted mind cannot clearly hear direction. A heart full of yesterday's pain struggles to receive tomorrow's blessings. That is why I am helping you release. Release resentment. Release fear. Release the belief that your best days are behind you. They are not. There is still more ahead. There is still purpose ahead. There is still joy ahead. My child, keep watching and keep listening because there are more words your heart needs to receive. Do not leave this moment before allowing hope to rise again inside you. Sometimes the encouragement you almost skip is the reminder your spirit has been waiting for. You are not here by accident. You are not hearing this without reason. Let these words strengthen your faith. Today, make a decision. You will not return to old fears. You will not allow past disappointments to control your future. You will not give up on the life I am still shaping. If you believe that I am preparing something greater for you and you are ready to move forward with courage, write, "I believe in this new beginning," as your declaration. Let your heart remember that change is possible. Let your spirit remember that hope is alive. My child, continue walking. Continue trusting. Continue becoming. The things that once tried to break you are becoming part of the testimony that will strengthen you. The waiting season will make sense. The lessons will reveal their purpose. And one day you will understand that even when you could not see me working, I was carefully guiding every step. I never left. I was preparing the way. My child, listen carefully because this moment is important. There are things happening in your life right now that you cannot fully understand yet, but I want you to trust me through the unknown. I know the questions inside your heart. I know the thoughts you keep returning to. I know the situations you wish would change faster. But my child, remember this truth. Just because something is not happening immediately does not mean nothing is happening. Just because you cannot see the answer does not mean I have not already prepared it. Just because the road feels difficult does not mean you are walking the wrong way. Sometimes the greatest transformations happen in seasons where everything feels quiet. I have been working within you. I have been strengthening areas that were once wounded. I have been teaching you how to stand with peace instead of fear. My child, the person you are becoming required certain lessons. Some of those lessons were uncomfortable. Some of them came through endings you did not expect. Some came through moments when you had to stand alone. But you were never truly alone. I was there. When your heart felt heavy, I was there. When nobody noticed your pain, I was there. When you wondered if your prayers were reaching heaven, I was already listening. My child, I know you have carried things silently because you did not want to become a burden to anyone else. You kept smiling when your spirit needed rest. You kept helping others when you needed encouragement. You kept showing love even while fighting your own battles. I saw the strength it took. I saw the courage nobody applauded. I saw the sacrifices nobody thanked you for. And I want you to know, nothing done with love disappears. The world may overlook quiet faithfulness, but I never do. My child, there is a reason I have been teaching you to slow down and listen. For a long time, you searched for answers outside yourself. You looked for approval from people. You waited for someone else to confirm your value. But I am reminding you today, Your worth was already decided when I created you. You do not need someone's acceptance to become valuable. You do not need applause to have purpose. You do not need everyone to understand your journey before you continue walking. Sometimes the path I create for you will not make sense to others. Walk anyway. Sometimes your growth will make people uncomfortable. Grow anyway. Sometimes choosing peace will require walking away from things you once wanted. Choose peace anyway. My child, the next chapter of your life cannot be built on the fears of the last chapter. You cannot step into something new while holding tightly to everything that hurt you. Release what is no longer helping you become who I created you to be. Release old conversations that keep replaying in your mind. Release the need to receive an explanation from everyone who hurt you. Release the belief that your future must look like your past. I am doing something new, but you must create space to receive it. My child, sometimes you ask me to bring new blessings while your hands are still holding old pain. You ask for peace while continuing to revisit places that created confusion. Today, I am calling you forward. Not backward. Forward into healing. Forward into wisdom. Forward into the life that is waiting beyond fear. The pain taught you, but it was never meant to become your permanent home. The disappointment shaped you, but it was never meant to define you. The storm strengthened you, but storms eventually pass. My child, look at how far you have already come. There were moments when you thought you would never smile again. But you did. There were moments when you thought you would never find strength again. But you did. There were moments when you believed everything was falling apart. But somehow, step by step, you continued. That was my presence carrying you. Never forget what you have already overcome. My child, the enemy often attacks your mind because he understands the power of your thoughts. If he can convince you that you are defeated, you may stop walking before you reach what I prepared. Do not believe every fearful thought that enters your mind. Fear speaks loudly, but my peace speaks deeply. Learn the difference. Fear rushes you. Peace guides you. Fear reminds you of everything that could go wrong. Faith reminds you that I am still in control. My child, protect your mind because your thoughts shape the way you see your journey. Fill your heart with hope. Speak words that create strength. Stop repeating the story that you are stuck. You are growing. You are healing. You are moving forward even if the progress feels small. A single step with faith is still progress. My child, I want you to understand that your quiet seasons have meaning. The moments when nobody sees your growth are often the moments when the deepest changes happen. Do not chase attention. Chase purpose. Do not chase temporary approval. Walk toward lasting peace. The right people will recognize your heart without forcing you to become someone you are not. The right doors will open without requiring you to lose yourself. The right opportunities will arrive at the right time. Trust me. My child, continue watching because this message is not finished. There are still words ahead that can strengthen your heart and remind you why you cannot give up now. The journey may have been difficult, but there is still light ahead. Stay until the end and allow every reminder to restore the hope that life tried to take away. Your story is still being written. Your prayers are still heard. Your future is still held in my hands. If you feel in your heart that you are ready to release the past and trust the path I am creating, comment, "I choose faith today" as your declaration. Let those words remind you that you are stepping forward with courage, not fear. And if these messages strengthened your spirit, encouraged your heart, or helped you through difficult seasons, share this video with someone who may need hope tonight. And if you feel led to support this ministry so these words can continue reaching hurting hearts around the world, you can do so through the link given below. My child, keep believing. Keep praying. Keep walking. You may not see the full picture yet, but I do. The chapter that challenged you was not the end. It was preparation. The waiting was not wasted. The lessons were not meaningless. The tears were not ignored. I collected every moment, every prayer, every silent hope. and I am still guiding you toward everything I created you to become. My child, listen closely because I want these words to settle deep inside your heart. You have spent so much time worrying about what is next that you sometimes forget how far I have already carried you. You look ahead and see uncertainty, but I look at your journey and see every mountain you have already climbed, every storm you have already survived, and every moment when you chose faith even when giving up seemed easier. Do not ignore the strength that has been built inside you. You are not the same person you were before. The struggles that once made you question everything have taught you patience. The disappointments that once hurt your heart have taught you wisdom. The moments when you felt alone have taught you how to recognize my presence more deeply. My child, I know there were times when you asked why the road had to be so difficult. You wondered why you had to experience certain losses, certain delays, and certain painful lessons. But understand this. I never allowed a season without purpose. Even the moments that seemed broken were moments where I was building something within you. You saw the challenge. I saw the growth. You saw the closed door. I saw the better path ahead. You saw the waiting. I saw preparation. My child, trust me when life does not look the way you expected. Sometimes the plans you create are smaller than the blessings I am preparing. Sometimes what you call a setback is actually me redirecting your steps away from something that was never meant for your future. You wanted answers immediately. I wanted to give you wisdom that would last. You wanted the situation to change. I wanted your heart to become stronger. You wanted the storm to end quickly. I wanted you to discover that you could stand with faith even in the middle of it. My child, there is a strength inside you that you have not fully recognized yet. You keep remembering the moments when you felt weak, but I remember the moments when you continued anyway. You continued after disappointment. You continued after rejection. You continued after nights when your own thoughts felt overwhelming. That is not weakness. That is courage. Do not allow one difficult chapter to convince you that your whole story is painful. There are pages ahead that you have not seen yet. There are blessings ahead that have not arrived yet. There are moments of joy waiting that your current situation cannot reveal. Keep walking. My child, I want you to stop fighting battles that I never asked you to fight. Stop trying to control every outcome. Stop exhausting yourself by trying to understand every detail before trusting me. Some answers will come with time. Some reasons will become clear later. Some things will only make sense when you look back and realize how carefully I protected you. Right now, I am asking you for trust. Trust when the path changes. Trust when people leave. Trust when your plans shift. Trust when growth feels uncomfortable. Because I see what you cannot see. My child, there are people who misunderstood your silence. They thought you became distant. They thought you changed. They wondered why you stopped reacting the way you used to. But I know the truth. You were healing. You were learning. You were becoming more careful with your peace. There was a time when every negative word entered your heart. There was a time when you carried the weight of everyone's opinion. There was a time when you tried to explain yourself to people who were committed to misunderstanding you. But now you understand. Peace is valuable. Your spirit needs protection. Your heart needs care. My child, growth sometimes requires becoming unavailable to the things that once controlled you. It means you no longer respond to every argument. It means you no longer chase every person who walks away. It means you stop allowing temporary emotions to guide permanent decisions. That is maturity. That is wisdom. That is transformation. Do not feel guilty for becoming healthier. Do not apologize for choosing peace. Do not shrink yourself to return to places where you no longer belong. My child, I created you with purpose. Your life is not an accident. The gifts inside you are not random. The dreams placed within your heart are not meaningless. But purpose requires preparation. A strong foundation must be built before something great can stand. That is what this season has been doing. It has been building your foundation, teaching you patience, teaching you faith, teaching you that your identity cannot depend on things that constantly change. People change. Situations change. Seasons change. But my love for you remains. My child, remember this when fear tries to return. Fear will tell you that nothing is improving. Fear will remind you of every disappointment. Fear will make you believe that the future will only repeat the past. But fear does not know what I am preparing. Fear does not see the doors I am opening. Fear does not understand the work happening behind the scenes. So choose faith, even if it begins as a small step. A small step forward is still movement. A small amount of hope is still powerful. A small prayer spoken with a sincere heart still reaches me. My child, do not underestimate small beginnings. Many beautiful things start quietly. Many powerful stories begin in places nobody notices. Your quiet growth matters. Your private healing matters. Your daily effort matters. I see what others cannot see. Continue becoming the person I created you to become. Continue choosing kindness without losing wisdom. Continue loving without forgetting boundaries. Continue hoping without allowing fear to lead you. My child, keep listening because this message is guiding your heart toward the strength you need for the next season. Do not leave before receiving the encouragement prepared for you. Sometimes the words you hear at the right moment can awaken courage that has been sleeping inside you. You are closer than you think. You are stronger than you realize. You are growing more than you can see. If these words remind you that your journey has meaning and you are ready to keep trusting my plan, right, I will keep moving forward as your statement of faith. Let your heart declare that yesterday's pain will not stop tomorrow's purpose. My child, continue walking with patience. Continue believing when the answer takes time. Continue trusting when the road changes. I have been with you through every chapter. I was there in the beginning. I am here in this moment, and I will guide you into everything that is still waiting ahead. My child, listen carefully because I know there are feelings inside you that you have not shared with anyone. There are thoughts you hide because you believe others may not understand. There are moments when you smile on the outside while silently asking me for strength on the inside. I have heard every silent conversation. I have seen every hidden battle. I have noticed every moment when you kept going even though your heart was asking for rest. My child, never believe that your quiet struggles are invisible to me. The world often celebrates what can be seen, but I pay attention to what happens deep within your heart. I see the courage it takes to wake up and try again. I see the strength it takes to forgive. I see the faith it takes to continue walking when the path ahead is unclear. You may think your small steps do not matter, but they do. Every step of faith matters. Every choice to keep believing matters. Every moment you choose love instead of bitterness matters. My child, there were seasons when you asked why certain things had to happen. You wondered why people changed. You wondered why plans you cared about did not unfold the way you imagined. You wondered why you had to experience situations that tested your patience and your heart. But I want you to understand this. Some things had to change because I was changing you. Some doors had to close because they were connected to places you were not meant to stay. Some relationships shifted because your next season required a different environment. You were asking me to move you forward while holding tightly to things connected to yesterday. So I started creating space. Not because I wanted to hurt you, because I wanted to help you grow. My child, growth does not always feel like a blessing when it begins. Sometimes growth feels uncomfortable. Sometimes growth feels like separation. Sometimes growth feels like standing in a place where you no longer recognize your old life, but you have not fully entered the new one yet. That middle place requires faith. That is where trust grows. That is where patience develops. That is where you discover that my presence is enough even before the promise arrives. My child, do not rush this process. Do not become discouraged because everything is not happening at the speed you expected. The strongest things are rarely built overnight. A tree that grows tall must first grow deep roots. A strong person must first develop a strong foundation. A meaningful life is built through lessons, experiences, and moments that create wisdom. I am building your foundation. Trust the work you cannot see. My child, I know sometimes you look back and think about who you used to be. You remember mistakes. You remember choices you wish you could change. You remember moments when you did not know better. But listen to me. Stop using your past as a weapon against yourself. You learned. You grew. You became wiser. The purpose of a lesson is growth, not endless punishment. I do not want you trapped in yesterday when I am calling you into tomorrow. Forgive yourself. Release the old weight. Accept the new beginning. My child, there is a reason you no longer feel comfortable in certain situations. Your spirit is recognizing what no longer matches your growth. The conversations that once entertained you now feel empty. The conflicts that once captured your attention now feel unnecessary. The opinions that once controlled your emotions now have less power over you. This is not because you stopped caring. This is because you started understanding. Peace is more valuable than proving a point. Wisdom is more valuable than winning an argument. Growth is more valuable than staying the same just to make others comfortable. My child, never shrink yourself to fit into places I am helping you outgrow. Some people may not understand your transformation. Some may question your new boundaries. Some may miss the version of you that always said yes, always carried everything, and always ignored your own needs. But becoming healthier is not a betrayal. Healing is not something you need to apologize for. I am teaching you to love others while also caring for the heart I gave you. My child, remember that kindness and wisdom can exist together. You can have a gentle spirit and still have strong boundaries. You can forgive people and still choose a different direction. You can love others and still protect your peace. This is maturity. This is growth. This is the transformation happening within you. My child, I know the waiting has been difficult. I know you have prayed for answers and wondered when the next door will finally open. But do not allow impatience to steal the lessons of this season. Every season has a purpose. The quiet season teaches you to listen. The challenging season teaches you strength. The uncertain season teaches you trust. Nothing is wasted when you place it in my hands. I can use every experience. I can restore what was damaged. I can create something meaningful from moments you thought were broken. My child, keep your heart open. Do not allow what happened before to make you afraid of what is coming next. The past may have disappointed you, but the future still carries possibility. One difficult chapter does not mean the whole story will be painful. There are still moments ahead that will make you smile. There are still prayers that will receive answers. There are still doors that will open at the right time. Keep believing. My child, continue watching because this message is not finished. There is still encouragement your heart needs to receive. There are still reminders that will help you walk into your next season with courage instead of fear. Do not leave before your spirit receives the strength prepared for this moment. You are not here by mistake. These words are meeting you because hope needs to rise again. My child, today I want you to make a choice. Choose not to live controlled by yesterday. Choose not to measure your future by old pain. Choose not to give up because the journey became difficult. You are still moving forward. You are still becoming stronger. You are still surrounded by my guidance. If this message speaks to your heart and you believe that your next chapter will be greater than your last one, write, "My future is in God's hands," as your declaration of trust. Let those words remind your heart that you are not walking alone. My child, breathe again. Hope again. Believe again. The road ahead may not always be easy, but you will never travel it without me. I carried you through what was behind you. I am strengthening you where you are now, and I am already preparing the path ahead of you. My child, listen to me in this quiet moment because there is something your heart needs to remember. You have spent many days trying to understand why certain things happened, why some prayers seemed delayed, why some people changed, and why some paths suddenly became different from what you expected. But I want you to know this. Even when life looked uncertain, I was never uncertain. Even when you could not see the next step, I already knew the way. Even when you felt lost, I was guiding you. My child, you have been looking at small pieces of your story, but I see the entire picture. You see one chapter. I see the complete journey. You see what ended. I see what those endings are preparing you to receive. Trust me when things shift. Trust me when things change. Trust me when the road does not look like the one you imagined. Sometimes the greatest blessings enter your life through paths you never planned to walk. My child, I know you have moments when you feel tired from being strong. You wonder why you always have to keep believing, keep waiting, keep showing patience. You wonder when the heaviness will finally lift. I have seen that tiredness. I have seen the moments when your heart whispered, I do not know how much longer I can continue. And still you continued. That strength did not come from nowhere. I was holding you. When you felt weak, my strength was carrying you. When you felt empty, my presence was surrounding you. When you felt unseen, my eyes never left you. My child, never confuse a difficult season with a forgotten life. Challenges do not mean I have abandoned you. Storms do not mean I have stopped caring. Sometimes storms reveal strength you never knew was inside you. Sometimes pressure reveals purpose. Sometimes the hardest roads create the deepest wisdom. You are not the same person who entered this season. Look closer. You think you only survived, but you grew. You think you only endured, but you became stronger. You think you only waited, but you were being prepared. My child, I have watched your heart change. You no longer chase the same things you once chased. You no longer desire the approval that once controlled you. You no longer feel comfortable around the same confusion that once surrounded you. That is not because you lost yourself. That is because you found a deeper part of yourself. The part that values peace. The part that chooses wisdom. The part that understands that not every voice deserves access to your heart. My child, there was a time when you allowed every opinion to shape how you saw yourself. If someone rejected you, you questioned your worth. If someone misunderstood you, you exhausted yourself trying to explain. If someone walked away, you wondered what was wrong with you. But now I am teaching you something powerful. Your value does not change because someone fails to recognize it. A diamond does not become ordinary because someone does not understand its worth. Your purpose does not disappear because someone does not support it. My child, stop asking people to confirm what I have already placed inside you. You are loved. You are guided. You are created with meaning. Walk with that truth. My child, there are moments when silence is the answer. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you have learned that peace is worth protecting. You do not have to attend every argument. You do not have to answer every criticism. You do not have to prove your heart to everyone who questions it. Some battles are won by remaining still. Some victories happen when you choose not to return to old patterns. Some breakthroughs begin when you finally stop giving energy to what was draining you. My child, I am proud of the growth nobody else noticed. I saw when you wanted to react, but you chose patience. I saw when you wanted to give up, but you chose faith. I saw when you wanted to become bitter, but you chose love. Those choices shaped you. Those moments strengthened you. Those quiet victories mattered. My child, never underestimate the person you are becoming. Growth does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes growth is simply realizing that the things that once controlled you no longer control you. That is progress. That is healing. That is transformation. Continue walking forward. My child, the next season requires you to believe differently. You cannot carry old fear into new opportunities. You cannot expect new beginnings while holding on to the belief that nothing will change. Your mindset matters. Your faith matters. The words you speak over your life matter. Stop saying you are stuck. Say you are growing. Stop saying everything is falling apart. Say things are being rearranged. Stop saying you are alone. Remember that I am with you. My child, there are blessings being prepared that require the healed version of you, not the wounded version of you. That is why this season has been teaching you. That is why your patience has been stretched. That is why your perspective has been changing. Preparation comes before elevation. Growth comes before greater responsibility. Healing comes before stepping into what is next. Trust the process. My child, I know sometimes you want everything to happen immediately. You want the answer now. You want the door open now. You want the promise fulfilled now. But I know the perfect moment. A blessing received too early can become something you are not prepared to carry. I am not only preparing the blessing. I am preparing you. My child, keep watching because this journey of encouragement is not complete. There are still words ahead that your spirit needs. There are still reminders that will help you release fear and continue forward with courage. Do not stop in the middle of your transformation. Do not quit during the preparation. Do not walk away before you see what patience was creating. Your story is still unfolding. Your future still carries hope. Your heart is still being renewed. If these words touched your spirit and you believe that your waiting season has a purpose, write, "I trust the process" as your declaration today. Let those words remind you that what you cannot see can still be working for your good. My child, continue with faith. Continue with patience. Continue with a peaceful heart. The things you prayed for are not forgotten. The dreams placed inside you are not lost. The path ahead is still being prepared. Walk forward knowing this truth. I was with you yesterday. I am with you today. And I will still be with you in every tomorrow waiting ahead. My child, listen carefully because I know there have been moments when you wondered if the quiet work you have been doing on yourself truly matters. You wondered if choosing patience instead of anger mattered. You wondered if choosing forgiveness instead of bitterness mattered. You wondered if staying faithful when nobody noticed mattered. I want you to hear me today. It mattered. Every moment mattered. Every choice made from love mattered. Every time you protected your peace instead of returning to old reactions, something inside you became stronger. My child, you may not always recognize your own growth because you live with yourself every day. You may still remember the struggles, the mistakes, and the moments when you felt weak. But I see the transformation that has been happening within you. You are not standing where you used to stand. You are not thinking the way you used to think. You are not carrying things the same way you used to carry them. You are becoming new. My child, the journey of becoming is not always easy. Sometimes becoming means releasing. Sometimes becoming means walking away. Sometimes becoming means allowing old versions of yourself to disappear so the person I created you to be can rise. Do not be afraid of change. I know change can feel uncomfortable. I know familiar pain can sometimes feel safer than unknown peace. But I did not create you to stay trapped in what wounded you. I created you to grow beyond it. My child, there were seasons when you prayed for things that I did not allow because I saw what was hidden. You prayed for certain doors to open, but I knew what was waiting behind them. You prayed for certain people to stay, but I saw how they were affecting your spirit. You saw what you wanted. I saw what you needed. You saw the moment. I saw the future. Trust that I know the difference between something that looks good and something that is truly good for you. My child, I am not ignoring your prayers. I am guiding them toward what aligns with your purpose. Sometimes my answer is yes. Sometimes my answer is wait. Sometimes my answer is a different direction, because I have prepared something greater than what you are holding on to. Do not lose faith, because the answer looks different from what you expected. My child, remember the times when something did not work out, and later you understood why. Remember the moments when you were disappointed at first, but later realized you were being protected. I was there. I was guiding. I was arranging. I was making a way even when you could not see one. I am still doing that now. My child, there is something powerful about learning to trust before everything makes sense. Anyone can believe when everything is easy, but a deeper faith grows when you can stand in uncertainty and still say, I know I am being guided. That is where strength grows. That is where peace develops. That is where your spirit becomes steady. My child, I know the world around you can become loud. So many voices tell you who you should be, what you should chase, and how quickly everything should happen. But listen for my voice. My voice will not push you into fear. My voice will not make you feel worthless. My voice will lead you with peace, wisdom, and truth. When confusion surrounds you, return to peace. When anxiety rises, return to trust. When fear speaks loudly, remember what I have already brought you through. My child, you survived things that once felt impossible. Do not forget that. The situation you thought would destroy you became something you overcame. The pain you thought would last forever slowly became a lesson. The disappointment you thought would define you became part of your growth. Look at how far you have come. You kept moving. You kept learning. You kept believing. That is not a small thing. My child, stop being so hard on yourself. You often give understanding to everyone else but deny it to your own heart. You encourage others when they struggle, but criticize yourself when you are still learning. Give yourself grace. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. Becoming stronger takes time. You are not failing because you are still growing. A sunrise does not appear all at once, yet darkness slowly disappears. In the same way, the changes inside you are happening step by step. My child, I want you to protect the peace that has taken so long to build. Do not allow old situations to pull you back into old versions of yourself. You have learned too much to return. You have grown too much to go backward. You have healed too much to reopen doors that I helped you close. Move forward. The future requires your attention more than the past. My child, there are blessings ahead that need a peaceful heart. There are opportunities ahead that require wisdom. There are new chapters ahead that need the stronger version of you that is forming right now. This is why preparation was necessary. This is why patience was necessary. This is why some things had to change. You are not losing your life. You are finding your direction. My child, I know there are still days when doubt returns. I know there are moments when old thoughts try to convince you that nothing has changed. But do not measure your journey by one difficult day. One cloudy day does not remove the existence of the sun. One hard moment does not erase all your progress. Keep going. My child, continue listening because this message is still leading you toward deeper understanding. There are still reminders your heart needs before you step fully into the next season. Do not leave before receiving the strength prepared for you. Sometimes the words you almost miss are the words that help you continue. You are here for a reason. This moment has purpose. My child, today choose to stop fighting against the process. Stop rushing what requires time. Stop comparing what I am building in you with what I am building in someone else. Your journey is yours. Your timing is yours. Your purpose is yours. Walk confidently. If this message feels like it was meant for you and you believe that I am preparing something beautiful through this season, right, I am ready for what God has prepared, as your declaration of hope. Let your words become a reminder that your story is still moving forward. My child, trust me with the unknown. Trust me with the waiting. Trust me with the things you cannot control. I have never needed perfect circumstances to create something beautiful. I can bring peace after storms. I can bring direction after confusion. I can bring new beginnings after endings. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. The next chapter is closer than you think. I am still writing your story. My child, listen carefully because there is something I want you to understand today. You have been carrying questions in your heart for a long time. You have wondered why certain prayers took longer than expected, why some situations became harder before they became better, and why the path sometimes felt unclear even when you were trying to follow the right direction. But my child, I want you to remember this. You do not need to see the entire road to trust the one who is guiding you. You do not need to know every answer before taking the next step. You do not need to understand every delay to believe that there is still purpose within it. I have never stopped working in your life. Even in the seasons where everything felt quiet, I was moving. Even in the moments where you thought nothing was changing, I was preparing. Even when you felt unseen, I was watching over every detail. My child, sometimes you measure progress by what changes around you, but I measure progress by what is growing within you. Look deeper. You are not the same person you used to be. The things that once controlled your emotions no longer have the same power. The situations that once broke your confidence are now teaching you strength. The opinions that once made you question yourself are no longer defining who you are. That is growth. That is healing. That is my work happening inside your heart. My child, I know the transformation has not always been easy. There were moments when you wanted answers immediately. There were moments when you wanted the pain to disappear instantly. There were moments when you wondered why healing required so much patience. But every process has a purpose. A beautiful creation takes time. A strong foundation takes time. A renewed heart takes time. Do not rush what I am carefully restoring. My child, there were wounds inside you that you learned to hide from everyone else. You became strong because you had to. You learned how to smile while carrying things nobody knew about. You learned how to keep moving even when your heart needed rest. But I saw everything. I saw the tears nobody wiped away. I heard the prayers nobody else heard. I understood the pain you could not explain. And I want you to know I was never far away. My child, sometimes you thought my silence meant I was absent, but my silence was not abandonment. I was working in places your eyes could not reach. There are things happening behind the scenes right now. There are doors being prepared. There are lessons coming together. There are pieces of your story slowly connecting. Trust me before you see the final picture. My child, think about everything you have already survived. Think about the moments you believed would defeat you. Think about the seasons when you wondered how you would continue. Yet here you are, still standing, still learning, still becoming. That is not an accident. You were carried through every storm. You were strengthened through every challenge. You were guided through every unknown road. My child, stop allowing old pain to convince you that nothing good is ahead. The past may have hurt you, but the past does not own your future. The disappointment was a chapter. The rejection was a chapter. The struggle was a chapter. But your story contains more than one chapter. Do not stop reading your own life before you reach the beautiful parts I am still writing. My child, I know sometimes fear tells you that things will never change. Fear reminds you of every failure. Fear shows you every reason to stop believing. But fear cannot see what I see. Fear cannot see the blessings being prepared. Fear cannot see the growth happening inside you. Fear cannot see the doors that are moving before they open. So do not let fear become louder than faith. My child, protect your thoughts. What you allow to stay in your mind will influence the direction of your heart. If you continue feeding doubt, peace becomes harder to feel. If you continue focusing only on what went wrong, you may miss what is beginning to go right. Look for hope. Look for growth. Look for the small signs that remind you that you are still moving forward. Every day is another opportunity. Every breath is another gift. Every step is another chance to trust again. My child, I want you to release the pressure of needing everything to happen perfectly. Life will have unexpected turns. Plans will change. People will change. Seasons will change. But my love for you remains steady. You are not held together by perfect circumstances. You are held by my presence. Remember that when the world feels uncertain. My child, there is a reason I have been teaching you patience. The next level of your life requires a calm heart. It requires wisdom. It requires the ability to remain steady when things around you shift. You asked me for greater things. Now I am preparing you to carry them. Preparation is not always comfortable, but it is always meaningful. My child, do not return to old places just because the new path feels unfamiliar. Do not reopen doors I helped you close just because waiting feels uncomfortable. Trust the direction. Trust the process. Trust that what belongs in your future will not require you to lose yourself. My child, keep listening because there is more encouragement ahead for your heart. Do not leave this message before receiving every reminder prepared for you. Sometimes one moment of truth can restore the strength that life tried to take away. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. The journey continues. If these words are giving peace to your heart, and you believe that I am still guiding your steps, right, I will trust and continue as your declaration today. Let this remind your spirit that your faith is stronger than your fear. My child, keep walking. Keep believing. Keep choosing hope. The road behind you taught you lessons. The season you are in is building your strength. And the path ahead is carrying possibilities you have not even imagined. I was with you in yesterday's battles. I am with you in today's questions. And I will be with you in tomorrow's blessings. Keep your heart close to me. I am still leading you forward. My child, listen to my words carefully, because today I want to speak to the part of your heart that has been quietly waiting for a sign. I know there have been moments when you looked around and wondered if anything was truly changing. You wondered if the prayers you whispered in the darkness were heard. You wondered if the effort you continued giving was creating anything meaningful. But I want you to remember this. Nothing done with faith is ever wasted. Nothing given from a sincere heart disappears. Nothing you overcome is without purpose. My child, every season you have walked through has been shaping something within you. The easy seasons gave you memories, but the difficult seasons gave you strength. The comfortable seasons gave you rest, but the challenging seasons taught you how powerful your faith could become. You looked at the struggle and saw only pain. I looked at the struggle and saw growth beginning. You looked at the delay and thought you were being held back. I looked at the delay and saw protection. You looked at the closed door and wondered why. I looked at the closed door and saw the path I was preparing ahead. My child, trust me beyond what your eyes can currently see. The journey does not end where your understanding stops. Sometimes the greatest changes begin before there is any visible evidence. Seeds grow beneath the ground before anything appears above the surface. In the same way, I have been working in hidden places of your life. Do not lose faith because you cannot see everything yet. Something can be growing even while it is still unseen. My child, I know waiting has tested your heart. I know patience has not always been easy. I know there were nights when you asked, when will my season finally change? I heard you. I was with you. I never ignored the emotions you brought before me. But understand this truth. I care about who you become on the journey, not only what you receive at the destination. Because if your heart grows stronger, wiser, and more peaceful, you carry those blessings everywhere you go. My child, I have been teaching you that your peace cannot depend only on circumstances. If your peace depends on everything going perfectly, the world can easily take it away. But the peace I give you is deeper. It remains during uncertainty. It remains during waiting. It remains when you do not have all the answers. That is the peace I am building inside you. My child, remember the times when you prayed for things you now realize you were protected from. Remember the moments when something did not happen your way, but later you understood why. I was guiding you then. I am guiding you now. There are things happening today that you may only understand later. Trust my wisdom. My child, stop allowing temporary emotions to convince you that permanent blessings are impossible. Feelings change, seasons change, circumstances change. A difficult moment is not the final message of your life. You are still growing. You are still healing. You are still becoming. Do not stop because one chapter feels heavy. Keep turning the pages. My child, there are moments when you compare your journey with others. You see someone else's success, someone else's progress, someone else's happiness, and quietly wonder why your path looks different. But listen carefully. I did not create you to live someone else's story. Your purpose is unique. Your timing is unique. Your lessons are unique. The path designed for another person cannot replace the path created for you. Walk your journey with trust. My child, comparison creates pressure where there should be gratitude. It makes you forget the blessings already around you because you are focused on what has not arrived yet. Look again. There are things today that you once prayed for. There are moments you survived that you once thought would break you. There is growth inside you that your younger self would be proud of. Do not overlook what has already changed. My child, I want you to protect the new version of yourself that is forming. Do not let old habits pull you backward. Do not let old fears convince you to return to places where you were hurting. Growth requires commitment. Healing requires patience. Peace requires protection. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Not every argument deserves your voice. Not every opinion deserves space in your heart. Choose wisely. My child, your silence in certain situations is not weakness. Your decision to walk away from unnecessary conflict is not defeat. Your desire for peace is not because you cannot fight. It is because you finally understand which battles are worth your energy. That is wisdom. That is maturity. That is transformation. My child, I know people may not always understand the changes happening within you. Some may question why you are different. Some may wonder why you no longer react the same way. But you do not need to return to an old version of yourself just to make others comfortable. Keep growing. Keep healing. Keep becoming. My child, the road ahead requires faith. There will always be unknowns. There will always be moments when you must take a step before seeing the full path. But remember, you have walked through uncertainty before. You have faced challenges before. You have overcome difficult days before. And you were never alone. I was there. My child, continue listening because there are still messages your spirit needs to receive. Do not leave before allowing these words to strengthen your heart. The encouragement ahead may be the reminder that helps you continue when life feels heavy. Your journey has meaning. Your growth has meaning. Your faith has meaning. If this message touched your heart and you believe that everything you experienced is preparing you for a greater purpose, write, "My journey has meaning," as your declaration today. Let those words remind you that nothing you survived was wasted. My child, keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep choosing hope. The road may not always look clear, but I know where I am leading you. The waiting may feel long, but preparation is happening. The story may feel unfinished, but I am still writing. Hold on to faith. Hold on to peace. Hold on to the truth that I have been with you through every moment. I guided you through yesterday. I am strengthening you today. And I am already preparing your tomorrow. My child, listen carefully because I want to speak directly to the place inside you that has been tired from carrying silent questions. I know there are moments when you look at your life and wonder why the journey has been filled with so many unexpected turns. You wonder why some things required more patience than you thought you had. You wonder why certain chapters had to end when you were not ready to let them go. But my child, I want you to remember this truth. I never remove without purpose. I never redirect without reason. I never allow a season of change without preparing something through it. You may see only what has left your hands, but I see what I am preparing to place before you. You may see the empty space, but I see the new beginning that space is creating. Trust me with the parts of your story that you cannot understand yet. My child, sometimes you hold tightly to things because they are familiar, not because they are helping you grow. Sometimes you stay connected to places, thoughts, and patterns because you are afraid of what life will look like without them. But I am teaching you courage. The courage to release. The courage to move forward. The courage to believe that something beautiful can still exist beyond what you lost. Do not allow yesterday's disappointment to become the boundary around tomorrow's possibilities. I am bigger than your past. I am greater than your mistakes. I am not limited by what did not work out. My child, I know you have replayed certain moments in your mind. You wondered if you should have done something differently. You wondered why people acted the way they did. You searched for answers that never came. But listen to me. You cannot heal while constantly reopening the same wounds. You cannot move forward while living inside moments that have already passed. Learn from yesterday, but do not build your home there. Your future needs your attention. Your purpose needs your energy. Your heart needs freedom. My child, forgiveness is not saying that everything that happened was right. Forgiveness is allowing yourself to stop carrying the weight of what happened. Release the burden. Release the anger. Release the questions that keep stealing your peace. Give those things to me. I know how to handle what hurt you. I know how to restore what was damaged. I know how to bring peace back into places that once carried pain. My child, I have watched you become stronger in ways you do not even recognize. The same things that once overwhelmed you no longer control you. The same fears that once stopped you no longer have the same power. You have grown quietly. You have healed quietly. You have changed quietly. And even if nobody else noticed, I noticed. I saw the progress. I saw the effort. I saw every moment when you chose a better response. My child, never underestimate private victories. The world may only celebrate visible achievements, but some of the greatest victories happen inside the heart. Choosing peace is a victory. Choosing faith is a victory. Choosing not to return to old patterns is a victory. Celebrate the growth that nobody else saw. Because I saw it. My child, I know there are times when you feel like you should already be further ahead. You look at your dreams and wonder why everything is taking so long. But do not rush a process that is creating something lasting. Things built quickly can fall quickly. Things built with patience have stronger foundations. I am not only preparing what is ahead. I am preparing you for what is ahead. My child, there are blessings that require wisdom to maintain. There are opportunities that require maturity to handle. There are doors that require preparation before they open. So when you feel delayed, remember this. You are not being denied. You are being developed. You are being strengthened. You are being prepared. My child, protect your heart during the waiting. Do not allow frustration to make you forget everything I have already done. Look back. Remember the prayers that were answered. Remember the storms that passed. Remember the moments when you thought there was no way forward, yet a way appeared. The same guidance that carried you before is still with you now. My child, your current situation is not stronger than my plan. Your obstacles are not greater than my ability to guide you. Keep believing. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Even when progress feels slow. Even when the road feels uncertain. Even when the answer has not arrived yet. Faith grows when you continue without seeing everything. My child, I also want you to remember the power of your words. Speak with hope over your life. Do not keep repeating fear. Do not keep declaring defeat. Your words should remind your heart of truth. Say that you are growing. Say that you are learning. Say that better days can come. Say that your story is not finished. Because it is not finished. My child, I have placed more inside you than you realize. There are gifts you have not fully discovered. There is strength you have not fully used. There is wisdom still growing. Do not reduce yourself because of what happened before. Do not let one painful season define your entire identity. You are more than what hurt you. You are more than what left you. You are more than what challenged you. My child, keep listening because there are still words ahead that your heart needs. Do not leave before receiving the encouragement prepared for this journey. The next reminders will help you continue walking with faith, confidence, and peace. You have come too far to turn back now. You have learned too much to return to old fears. You have grown too much to believe you are the same person you once were. Continue forward. My child, today choose to trust what I am building. Choose to believe that every lesson, every delay, and every closed door can still have meaning. Your life is not random. Your journey is not forgotten. Your future is still filled with possibility. If these words brought peace to your heart, and you believe that your next chapter is still being prepared, write, "I am ready for my new beginning," as your declaration today. Let your spirit remember that change is not something to fear when you are being guided. My child, continue with courage. Continue with patience. Continue with faith. The path behind you taught you. The place where you stand is shaping you. and the road ahead is waiting for the stronger version of you that is rising. I have been guiding every step, and I am not finished with your story. My child, listen carefully because I want these words to reach the deepest place of your heart. I know there have been moments when you questioned yourself, moments when you wondered if you were strong enough, wise enough, or prepared enough for everything ahead of you. But I want you to hear me today. You are not where you used to be. You are not the same person who entered the storm. You are not the same person who cried those silent tears. You have grown through things that once felt impossible to overcome. My child, sometimes you focus so much on what still needs to change that you forget how much has already changed inside you. You look at the mountain ahead and forget about every mountain you already climbed. You look at the unanswered questions and forget about every moment where I already made a way. Look back for a moment, not to return, not to live in the past, but to remember. Remember the nights when you thought you could not continue, yet you found strength. Remember the moments when you thought the pain would never leave, yet slowly healing came. Remember the situations that looked impossible, yet somehow you made it through. I was there. My child, you did not survive those moments by accident. You were carried. You were protected. You were strengthened in ways you could not see at the time. Every storm taught you something. Every challenge revealed something. Every season prepared something. The difficult road did not destroy your purpose. It developed your perseverance. My child, I know there are memories that still try to visit your mind. Old disappointments, old words, old situations that made you question your worth. But listen carefully. Do not let a painful moment become the voice that defines your entire life. The things that happened to you are not stronger than what I placed within you. The opinions spoken about you are not greater than the purpose created for you. The mistakes behind you are not more powerful than the growth happening inside you. You are still becoming. My child, sometimes the hardest person for you to forgive is yourself. You forgive others. You encourage others. You remind others that they can begin again. But when you look at your own life, you remember every mistake and every moment you wish you could change. Today, release that burden. You were learning. You were growing. You were becoming wiser. Do not keep punishing yourself for a version of you that no longer exists. My child, the fact that you see things differently now is proof that growth has happened. The fact that you would choose differently now shows that wisdom has entered your heart. Accept the lesson. Release the shame. Continue forward. My child, I have never required perfection from you. I have always desired a heart willing to grow, learn, and return to what is good. Every new day is another opportunity. Every sunrise is another reminder. Every breath is another chance. Do not waste today carrying yesterday's weight. My child, there is something powerful waiting on the other side of your healing. There is peace beyond the pain. There is confidence beyond the insecurity. There is purpose beyond the confusion. But you must stop looking backward every time you try to move forward. Imagine trying to walk a new path while constantly staring behind you. Eventually, you slow down. Eventually, you lose focus. Eventually, you forget where you are going. My child, your future deserves your attention. The new things growing in your life deserve your energy. The person you are becoming deserves your patience. Move forward with hope. My child, I know trusting again can feel difficult after disappointment. I know opening your heart can feel scary after being hurt. I know believing in new beginnings can feel challenging after experiencing endings. But do not allow what hurt you to control what is possible. Be wise but remain hopeful. Learn but do not become bitter. Protect your heart but do not close it completely. Healing means you can carry wisdom without carrying resentment. My child, the world may try to convince you that becoming hard is the only way to stay safe, but I am teaching you something greater. A strong heart can still be kind. A wise heart can still love. A healed heart can still believe. That is true strength. My child, I have watched you become stronger quietly. Nobody saw all the moments when you fought negative thoughts. Nobody saw all the times you chose patience instead of frustration. Nobody saw the effort it took to keep your heart soft. But I saw every unseen victory. And I want you to recognize them too. My child, stop waiting for others to validate the progress I already see. Not everyone will understand your journey because not everyone walked through what you walked through. Some people only see where you are now. They do not know what it took for you to arrive here. But I know. My child, continue becoming the person I created you to be. Do not return to old patterns because they feel familiar. Do not lower your standards because growth feels lonely. Do not abandon your peace because chaos invites you back. You have worked too hard to rebuild what once felt broken. Protect it. Protect your peace. Protect your thoughts. Protect the new beginning growing inside you. My child, keep listening because the journey is not complete yet. There are more reminders your spirit needs before this message ends. Stay until the end because every word is meant to help you walk with greater faith, wisdom, and courage. You are closer than you realize. You are stronger than you believe. You are more prepared than you think. My child, today choose not to identify yourself by your struggles. Identify yourself by the strength that helped you rise after them. You are still here. You are still growing. You are still moving forward. If these words reminded you that your past does not control your future and you are ready to continue with courage, write, "I am stepping into my purpose," as your declaration today. Let your heart remember that the next chapter requires the healed version of you, not the wounded version. My child, continue walking. Continue trusting. Continue allowing yourself to grow. Everything you experienced has shaped wisdom inside you. Everything you overcame has shown you strength. The story is not finished. The best pages have not all been written yet. Keep your faith alive. I am still guiding you. My child, listen carefully because I want these words to bring peace into the places of your heart that have been carrying worry. I know there are things you have been thinking about when nobody else is around. I know the questions you have asked quietly. I know the dreams you still hold on to, even though waiting has tested your patience. I want you to remember something today. I have not forgotten what I placed inside you. I have not forgotten the prayers you spoke. I have not forgotten the hopes you carried, even when circumstances made you question everything. My child, sometimes the distance between the promise and the fulfillment feels longer than you expected. Sometimes you believe you are ready for something, but I am still preparing the details around you. Trust my timing. Trust my wisdom. Trust my love for you. A door opened too early is not always a blessing. A journey started before preparation is complete can become heavier than necessary. That is why I work carefully. That is why I prepare. That is why I ask you to trust, even when you cannot see the full picture. My child, I know patience can be difficult. I know waiting can sometimes feel like nothing is moving, but waiting does not mean your life is paused. Growth is happening. Strength is forming. Wisdom is increasing. You are becoming someone who can carry the things you once only prayed for. My child, look at how much has changed inside you. There were moments in the past when fear controlled your choices. There were moments when other people's opinions shaped how you saw yourself. There were moments when rejection made you question your value. But now you are learning. You are learning that your worth does not come from approval. You are learning that your peace does not have to depend on another person's actions. You are learning that your purpose is bigger than the temporary seasons you walk through. That is transformation. My child, do not ignore your progress because you are still growing. Many people fail to celebrate small steps because they are only looking for big results. But I see every step. I see every moment when you choose a healthier thought. I see every moment when you refuse to return to old patterns. I see every moment when you choose faith even though fear is trying to speak. Those moments matter. My child, you have spent enough time questioning whether you are strong enough. Look at everything you have already survived. The situations you thought would break you did not break you. The storms you thought would defeat you did not defeat you. The chapters you thought would end everything became chapters that taught you. You are still here. There is a reason. My child, your story is still unfolding. Do not allow one difficult season to convince you that every season ahead will look the same. Life changes. Hearts heal. New doors open. Fresh beginnings appear. What feels heavy today can become a testimony tomorrow. Keep believing. My child, sometimes I allow you to walk through situations that reveal what is inside you. Not to harm you, but to show you the strength that was hidden. You discovered patience because patience was tested. You discovered courage because fear appeared. You discovered faith because you had moments where trust was required. The challenge revealed the strength. My child, I want you to stop seeing yourself through the eyes of your past. You are not the same person who made those mistakes. You are not the same person who accepted less than you deserved. You are not the same person who allowed fear to lead. You learned. You grew. You awakened. Now continue forward. My child, the next season requires you to carry wisdom, not regret. Lessons are meant to guide you, not imprison you. Take what you learned. Release what hurt you. Move with a peaceful heart. Your future needs your focus more than your past, needs your attention. My child, I know there are still moments when old memories try to return. There are still moments when doubt whispers that nothing will change. But do not agree with every thought that enters your mind. Some thoughts come from fear. Some thoughts come from old wounds. Choose truth. Choose hope. Choose faith. You are not trapped. You are not powerless. You are not without direction. I am guiding you. My child, remember that the things meant for your life do not require you to lose who you are. You do not need to become someone else to receive what is prepared for you. Walk honestly. Walk kindly. Walk with courage. The right path will strengthen your spirit, not destroy it. The right connections will bring peace, not constant confusion. The right opportunities will align with the purpose growing inside you. My child, continue listening, because there is still more your heart needs to receive. Stay with this message until the end, because each reminder is helping you release fear and step closer to the life ahead. You did not come this far just to stop now. You did not overcome so much just to believe there is nothing waiting. Keep going. Keep trusting. Keep expecting good things. My child, your faith during uncertainty is powerful. Your hope after disappointment is powerful. Your decision to continue after difficult seasons is powerful. Never forget that. If these words touched your heart and reminded you that your story is still being written, comment, "I believe my breakthrough is coming," as your declaration of faith. Let those words remind you that waiting is not the end and hope is still alive. And if these messages strengthened your spirit, encouraged your heart, or helped you through difficult seasons, share this video with someone who may need hope tonight. And if you feel led to support this ministry so these words can continue reaching hurting hearts around the world, you can do so through the link given below. My child, continue forward with confidence. Do not fear the unknown. Do not doubt the process. Do not believe that your current chapter is your final chapter. I have carried you before. I am carrying you now. And I will continue guiding you into the days ahead. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit peaceful. Keep your faith alive. The road is still unfolding. The purpose is still growing. The promise is still in my hands. I am not finished with you. My child, listen carefully, because I want to speak to the part of you that still wonders if everything you went through had a reason. I know there are moments when you look back at the difficult chapters of your life and ask why the road had to include so many lessons, so many changes, and so many moments that tested your heart. But I want you to understand this today. Nothing you walked through was without purpose. Nothing you survived was invisible to me. Nothing that tried to break you was greater than the strength I was building inside you. My child, sometimes you only recognize growth after you have passed through the season that created it. When you were in the middle of the storm, you saw the rain, you saw the struggle, you saw the uncertainty. But I saw something deeper. I saw patience forming. I saw wisdom growing. I saw courage rising. I saw a stronger version of you beginning to appear. My child, do not hate the chapters that taught you. Do not carry resentment toward the seasons that shaped you. The pain was not your destination. The disappointment was not your identity. The struggle was not the final answer. It was a part of the journey, and the journey is still moving forward. My child, I know there were moments when you felt unnoticed. You watched others receive the things you were praying for, and quietly you wondered if your time would ever come. I heard those thoughts. I saw those emotions. I understood the questions you never spoke. But remember this. Your path was never meant to be a copy of someone else's. The timing created for another person does not cancel the timing prepared for you. Your blessings do not disappear because someone else receives theirs. Keep your heart free from comparison. Comparison creates frustration, but trust creates peace. My child, I want you to look at your life differently. Instead of only seeing what has not happened yet, begin recognizing what has already changed. Look at the strength you gained. Look at the lessons you learned. Look at the wisdom you now carry. There were situations that the old version of you would not have known how to handle, but today you respond differently. That is progress. That is growth. That is transformation. My child, every day you are becoming. You may not notice every small change, but small steps repeated over time create a completely different path. Do not underestimate the quiet choices. The choice to forgive. The choice to keep believing. The choice to try again. The choice to protect your peace. Those choices are shaping your future. My child, I know sometimes your heart becomes tired because you have been strong for so long. You wonder when you can finally rest. You wonder when the weight will become lighter. Come closer to me. You were never meant to carry everything alone. Give me the worries you hide. Give me the fears you do not speak about. Give me the things you keep trying to control. Trust does not mean you understand everything. Trust means you believe I am with you even when you do not. My child, stop allowing uncertainty to steal today's peace. Many times your mind travels into tomorrow and creates fears about things that have not even happened. Return to this moment. Return to faith. Return to the truth that you have been guided through every season before this one. The same presence that carried you yesterday is still here today. My child, there is a reason your spirit no longer feels connected to certain things from your past. You are changing. Your priorities are changing. Your understanding is changing. Do not be afraid of that. Growth requires movement. A new chapter requires turning the page. You cannot experience what is ahead while refusing to release what belongs behind you. My child, some people may not understand the person you are becoming. They may expect the old reactions, the old habits, the old version of you. But you do not need permission to grow. You do not need approval to heal. You do not need everyone to understand your transformation before you continue. Keep walking. My child, protect the peace I have been building inside you. The world will always offer distractions. There will always be reasons to worry, reasons to become angry, and reasons to return to old patterns. But you have learned another way. Choose calm. Choose wisdom. Choose patience. A peaceful heart is powerful. My child, remember that silence can sometimes speak louder than reaction. You do not need to prove yourself in every situation. You do not need to defend your worth to those who refuse to see it. Your value is already known. Your purpose is already seen. Your heart is already understood by me. Walk with confidence. My child, there are new things ahead, but I need you to step forward without carrying everything from behind. You cannot fully receive a new season while holding tightly to old pain. Release it. The disappointment, the regret, the fear, the thoughts telling you that things will never change. Release them and make room for hope. My child, you have not seen all that life can become. You have not experienced every beautiful moment waiting ahead. You have not met every person who will bring kindness into your journey. Do not allow yesterday's wounds to close the door on tomorrow's blessings. Keep your heart open. Keep believing. My child, continue watching because this message is still guiding your spirit. There are more words ahead that will remind you of your strength, your purpose, and the hope that still remains. Do not stop before the end. Sometimes the final reminder is the one your heart has been waiting for. You are here for a reason. You are listening for a reason. Receive the encouragement prepared for you. My child, today choose faith over fear. Choose progress over the past. Choose the belief that your life is still becoming something meaningful. If these words reached your heart and you are ready to walk forward without carrying yesterday's weight, write, "I release the past and welcome my future," as your declaration today. Let those words remind your spirit that a new chapter is possible. My child, keep moving. Keep growing. Keep trusting. Every lesson has shaped you. Every challenge has strengthened you. Every step has brought you closer to the person you are becoming. I have walked with you through every storm. I am standing with you in this moment, and I will continue guiding you into the future prepared for you. Stay faithful. Your journey is not over. My child, listen carefully, because this message is reaching you at a moment when your heart needs reassurance. I know you have been walking through seasons where you had to trust without seeing everything clearly. I know there have been days when you wondered if the steps you were taking were leading anywhere. But I want you to remember this. A path does not become meaningless because you cannot see the destination yet. A promise does not disappear because it takes time. A season of waiting does not mean a season of failure. I have been guiding you through places you did not understand because I was preparing things your eyes could not see. My child, sometimes you ask me to change your situation, but first I begin changing the way you see the situation. I begin strengthening your thoughts. I begin healing your heart. I begin creating wisdom inside you that will remain long after the season changes. Because the greatest transformation is not only around you. It happens within you. When your heart changes, your entire journey changes. When your perspective changes, you begin seeing blessings you once overlooked. When your faith grows, you begin walking differently. My child, I know you have faced moments when your mind was filled with questions. You wondered why some people could not understand your heart. You wondered why your kindness was not always returned. You wondered why you had to walk away from things you once hoped would last. But listen to me. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Sometimes it is freedom. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is the beginning of something you could not receive while holding on to what was finished. I know releasing can hurt. I know moving forward requires courage. But I am walking with you. My child, you do not need to force doors that are not opening. You do not need to chase places where your peace keeps disappearing. You do not need to keep proving your worth to those who refuse to recognize it. What is truly meant for your journey will not require you to abandon yourself. What aligns with your purpose will bring growth, not constant destruction. Trust the difference. My child, I have been teaching you to listen more deeply. For a long time, you paid attention to the voices around you more than the peace within you. You worried about what others would think. You worried about disappointing people. You worried about being misunderstood. But now you are learning something important. You cannot live your entire life seeking approval from people who cannot see the full path I created for you. Follow what brings peace. Follow what brings growth. Follow what brings you closer to the person you were created to become. My child, the strongest people are not those who never struggle. Strength is found in those who face difficulty and still choose hope. Strength is found in those who experience disappointment and still choose kindness. Strength is found in those who fall but decide to rise again. Look at yourself. You are still here. You are still trying. You are still believing. That means something. My child, stop focusing only on how far you still have to go. Look at how far you have already traveled. There were moments you prayed to survive that you have already overcome. There were problems you thought would never change that are no longer controlling your life. There were fears that once felt powerful that no longer have the same hold over you. Growth has happened. Give yourself permission to recognize it. My child, I know sometimes you feel like you must have everything figured out before moving forward. But life does not always reveal every answer at once. Sometimes you receive direction one step at a time. Sometimes the next door appears only after you have the courage to leave the previous one. Sometimes clarity comes while walking, not while standing still. Trust each step. My child, your future is not built by fear. Your future is built by the choices you make today. Choose patience. Choose wisdom. Choose faith. Choose to believe that better things can still happen. Your current circumstances are not the limit of what is possible. The chapter you are living now is not the final chapter. My child, I want you to protect your hope. Hope is powerful because it keeps your heart open. The enemy wants disappointment to convince you that trying again is pointless. He wants past pain to convince you that nothing will ever change. But I am telling you today, change is possible. Healing is possible. New beginnings are possible. Do not let yesterday steal tomorrow. My child, there are still beautiful moments ahead that you have not experienced yet. There are still lessons that will become wisdom. There are still connections that will bring encouragement. There are still opportunities that will remind you why certain things had to happen differently. Keep your heart ready. Keep your spirit open. Keep walking forward. My child, I know the waiting season can feel lonely, but remember that preparation often happens away from noise. In quiet places, you discover what truly matters. In quiet seasons, you learn to hear more clearly. Do not fear moments of stillness. Stillness is not emptiness. Stillness can be preparation. My child, continue listening, because there are still reminders ahead that your heart needs before this message ends. Stay with these words and allow them to strengthen your spirit. You did not arrive here by mistake. You did not survive everything behind you without purpose. You are still being guided. If this message brought comfort to your heart, and you believe that your next steps are being guided with purpose, write, "I walk forward with faith," as your declaration today. Let those words remind you that fear is not leading your journey anymore. My child, keep trusting. Keep hoping. Keep believing. The things behind you shaped you. The season around you is preparing you. The future ahead is still unfolding. Walk with peace because I know the way. I was with you in the moments nobody saw. I am with you in the questions you carry today. And I will continue walking with you into everything still waiting ahead. Your story continues. Your purpose remains. Your journey is not finished. My child, listen carefully, because I want these words to reach the places inside your heart where hope has become quiet. I know there are dreams you stopped talking about because you were afraid they would never happen. I know there are prayers you whispered so many times that you wondered if anything was changing. I know there are desires hidden deep inside you that nobody else knows about. But I know. I see what lives inside your heart. I see the hopes you still carry. I see the dreams you have protected even through disappointment. My child, do not bury something I placed within you just because the journey has taken longer than you expected. A delay does not mean the dream is dead. A difficult road does not mean the destination is impossible. A quiet season does not mean I have stopped working. Sometimes the most beautiful things require the deepest preparation. Trust what is happening beyond what your eyes can see. My child, I know waiting can test your faith. Waiting can make you question whether you heard correctly. Waiting can make you wonder if you should simply stop believing. But remember this. Many things grow before they are visible. A seed does not become a tree the moment it enters the ground. It first develops roots. It first becomes strong in hidden places. And my child, that is what I have been doing with you. I have been strengthening your roots, your patience, your wisdom, your faith, your understanding. Because what grows without strong roots cannot stand when storms arrive. My child, I am not only concerned about where you are going, I care about who you are becoming on the way there. The destination matters, but your heart matters more. Your peace matters. Your character matters. Your ability to walk with wisdom matters. That is why every lesson has been important. My child, stop believing that slow progress means no progress. Some of the greatest transformations happen quietly. Healing is often quiet. Growth is often quiet. Preparation is often quiet. Do not compare your hidden season with someone else's visible success. You do not know what I am building behind the scenes. You do not know what is being arranged. You do not know how close things may be to changing. Keep believing. My child, I know sometimes you feel tired because you have been carrying hope for so long. You have tried again, you have prayed again, you have stood back up again. And I want you to know something. I saw every time you chose not to quit. I saw every moment when you encouraged yourself because nobody else was there. I saw every time you held on to faith when your circumstances gave you reasons to doubt. That strength is not unnoticed. My child, there are victories happening inside you that are just as important as victories around you. The moment you stopped letting fear control, every decision was a victory. The moment you chose peace over chaos was a victory. The moment you understood your worth without needing everyone's approval was a victory. Celebrate the growth within you. My child, there will always be voices that try to make you question your path. Some voices will come from people. Some voices will come from your own fears. They will ask, what if nothing changes? What if you fail? What if you are not enough? But I want you to answer with faith. What if everything you learned was preparing you? What if the waiting was creating strength? What if this season was not the end, but the beginning of something new? My child, do not allow fear to write a story that faith was meant to complete. Your future is not controlled by yesterday's pain. Your future is not limited by previous disappointments. Your future is not destroyed because one chapter was difficult. Keep moving forward. My child, I want you to remember that every person experiences seasons. There are seasons of planting. There are seasons of waiting. There are seasons of growth. There are seasons of receiving. Do not become discouraged because your current season looks different from someone else's. A tree does not become jealous of another tree because they bloom at different times. Each one grows according to its design. You also have your own timing. Trust it. My child, I know sometimes you wish you could see everything ahead. You wish you could know exactly when answers will come and exactly how everything will happen. But if you saw the entire journey, you would not need faith. Faith grows one step at a time. Faith grows when you keep walking without having every detail. Faith grows when you trust that I am guiding you even through uncertainty. My child, do not let the unknown frighten you. The future may be unknown to you, but it is not unknown to me. I know every step. I know every door. I know every moment that is still ahead. Walk with confidence. My child, protect the person you are becoming. Do not return to old versions of yourself because the process feels uncomfortable. Do not return to doubt when faith is growing. Do not return to bitterness when healing is happening. Do not return to fear when courage is rising. You have come too far. Continue forward. My child, keep listening because this message is not finished. There are still words ahead that your spirit needs before this journey ends. Stay until the final moment because the reminders coming next are meant to strengthen your heart for what is ahead. You are not listening by accident. You are not here without purpose. Receive this encouragement. My child, today choose to believe again. Believe that change can happen. Believe that healing can continue. Believe that the road ahead can hold beautiful moments you have not experienced yet. If these words awakened hope inside your heart, and you are ready to continue trusting even before you see the answer, write, "My faith is stronger than my fear," as your declaration today. Let those words remind your spirit that fear does not control your future. My child, keep walking. Keep growing. Keep trusting. Every quiet season has meaning. Every lesson has value. Every step has purpose. I was working when you noticed. I was working when you did not. And I am still working now. Your journey continues, and the best parts of your story are still unfolding. My child, listen carefully because these words are meant for the part of you that has been holding on while waiting for the next door to open. I know the road has not always been easy. I know there were moments when you questioned if your strength would last. I know there were times when you looked at everything happening around you and quietly wondered, when will things finally become clear? But I want you to hear me today. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not standing in a place without purpose. Even when the path feels uncertain, I am still guiding your steps. My child, sometimes you measure your life by what you have not received yet, but I want you to look at everything that has already happened inside you. Look at the strength you carry now. Look at the wisdom you gained. Look at the way you handle situations today that once would have overwhelmed you. That change matters. That growth matters. The person you are becoming matters. My child, you have been transformed through moments nobody else saw. The world may not know about the battles you fought in silence. Others may not understand the emotional mountains you climbed. They may only see where you are today without knowing everything it took for you to arrive here. But I know. I know every step. I know every tear. I know every moment when you wanted to stop, but chose to continue. My child, do not minimize your progress because you are still waiting for certain things to happen. Growth is not only measured by what appears around you. Growth is also measured by the peace, patience, and wisdom forming within you. The old version of you reacted immediately. The new version of you pauses. The old version of you chased approval. The new version of you seeks peace. The old version of you questioned your worth because of people's opinions. The new version of you is learning that your value was never in their hands. That is transformation. My child, I want you to understand that some of the greatest victories in your life happened quietly. Nobody celebrated when you chose not to return to something that hurt you. Nobody applauded when you broke an old pattern. Nobody saw when you fought negative thoughts and chose faith. But I saw, and those victories mattered. Every decision that moved you closer to peace was important. Every choice that helped you grow was meaningful. My child, I know there are times when you still feel pressure. The world tells you that you should have everything figured out. It tells you that you should move faster, achieve faster, and arrive sooner. But listen to my voice above the noise. Your life is not a race against someone else. Your journey is not a competition. Your purpose is not measured by another person's timeline. Walk the path created for you. My child, when you compare your journey, you forget the unique work happening in your own life. You start focusing on what appears missing instead of recognizing what is being built. Do not let comparison steal your peace. Someone else's success does not mean your failure. Someone else's blessing does not mean you have been ignored. There is still a plan unfolding for you. Trust it. My child, I know waiting requires courage. It is easy to believe when everything happens quickly. It requires deeper faith to keep believing when answers take time. But during the waiting, something powerful happens. Your patience grows. Your understanding grows. Your trust grows. You become stronger than you were before. My child, do not run from the process that is preparing you. Do not reject the lessons that are shaping you. Do not become discouraged because the journey looks different than expected. Different does not mean wrong. Unexpected does not mean hopeless. Delayed does not mean denied. Keep walking. My child, there are things ahead that will require the wisdom you are gaining right now. There are opportunities ahead that will need the strength being formed in this season. Nothing is wasted. Even the moments you did not understand were teaching you. Even the chapters you wanted to skip were shaping you. Even the storms carried lessons that helped you grow. My child, I want you to release the fear that you are running out of time. Fear creates pressure, but faith creates peace. You do not need to force what is meant to arrive. You do not need to chase what belongs on your path. You do not need to live every day worried that you have missed your chance. Keep your heart aligned. Keep taking the next right step. Keep trusting. My child, I am teaching you to walk with confidence instead of anxiety. Confidence does not mean you know every answer. Confidence means you trust that you are not alone while finding the answers. You can face tomorrow. You can continue forward. You can overcome what is ahead because you have already overcome so much behind you. Remember that. My child, there will be moments when old fears try to return. They will remind you of past disappointments. They will tell you to expect the worst. They will try to convince you that nothing will change. But you have a choice. Do not give fear authority over a future it cannot see. Choose faith. Choose hope. Choose the belief that new things can still happen. My child, continue listening because this journey of encouragement is almost complete. Stay until the end because there are still words your heart needs to receive. The final message will remind you of the strength inside you and the hope that is still ahead. You have come this far. Do not leave before receiving the final encouragement prepared for your spirit. My child, today choose to honor your journey, honor the lessons, honor the growth. Honor the person you are becoming. You are not the same. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more prepared. If this message reminded you that your waiting season still has purpose and your future is still filled with hope, right? I believe greater things are ahead, as your declaration today. Let those words remind your heart that your story is still moving forward. My child, keep your faith alive. Keep your peace protected. Keep your heart open. The road behind you was not meaningless. The place you are now is not wasted. The future ahead is not empty. I have been with you through every unknown moment. I have guided you through every difficult chapter. And I will continue walking with you into everything that is still waiting. Your story is not ending. A new chapter is beginning. My child, listen carefully, because this final message is not reaching you by accident. You have stayed until this moment because there is something your heart needed to hear. Through every word, every reminder, and every moment of reflection, I have been calling you back to hope, back to peace, and back to the truth that your journey is not finished. I know what you have carried. I know what you have overcome. I know the moments when you almost gave up, but something deep inside you whispered, keep going. My child, that strength was not meaningless. You are still here because there is still purpose ahead of you. The challenges behind you did not have the final word. The disappointment behind you did not define your future. The people who misunderstood you did not remove the value I placed inside you. Your story has always been bigger than one difficult chapter. My child, look at everything you have survived. Think about the moments when you believed you would never find peace again. Think about the situations that seemed impossible. Think about the nights when your mind was filled with questions and your heart was searching for answers. You made it through, not because everything was easy, not because you never felt weak, but because you kept taking one more step. And I was walking with you through every one of those steps. My child, I want you to carry this truth with you after this message ends. You are stronger than the storms you survived. You are wiser because of the lessons you learned. You are growing into someone who understands the value of peace, patience, and faith. Do not return to the old version of yourself that believed every negative thought. Do not return to the places where your spirit felt heavy just because they are familiar. You have grown beyond certain things. Accept that growth. Honor that transformation. My child, sometimes moving forward feels uncomfortable because the future is unknown. You may wonder what comes next. You may wonder if you are ready. You may wonder if you have enough strength for the journey ahead. But remember, you do not walk into tomorrow alone. The same guidance that carried you through yesterday is still with you today. The same strength that helped you rise before will help you rise again. You are not facing the future without support. My child, release the fear that says nothing will change. Release the thoughts that tell you your best days are behind you. Release the belief that one painful season has the power to control your entire life. A storm is only a season. A challenge is only a chapter. A delay is not the destruction of your destiny. There is still more ahead. There is still growth ahead. There is still joy ahead. My child, I know there are prayers you are still waiting to see answered. I know there are dreams you still hold quietly. I know there are things you hope for but rarely speak about because you do not want to feel disappointed again. But do not allow past pain to make you afraid of future possibilities. Hope again. Believe again. Dream again. A heart that has been hurt can still heal. A path that has been difficult can still lead somewhere beautiful. A story that has included tears can still contain joy. My child, every season has taught you something valuable. The waiting taught you patience. The challenges taught you strength. The silence taught you how to listen. The changes taught you how to trust. Nothing was wasted. Every lesson became part of your growth. Every step became part of your journey. Every moment helped shape the person you are becoming. My child, do not spend your life wishing you could rewrite the past. Take the wisdom from yesterday and use it to walk better today. You cannot change what happened, but you can choose what happens next. Choose healing. Choose peace. Choose faith. Choose to believe that your life still carries meaning. My child, there will always be moments when uncertainty appears. There will always be questions you cannot immediately answer. There will always be seasons that require trust. But now you know something important. You have survived uncertainty before. You have walked through unknown places before. You have overcome difficult moments before. And you are still standing. Never forget that. My child, protect the peace you have gained. Do not allow temporary emotions to pull you back into permanent struggles. Do not allow negative voices to make you forget everything you have learned. Your peace is valuable. Your heart is valuable. Your purpose is valuable. Walk carefully with what I have placed inside you. My child, as you move forward from this moment, remember that small steps still matter. You do not have to fix everything in one day. You do not have to understand the entire journey immediately. Just continue. One step with faith. One day with courage. One moment of trust at a time. That is how transformation happens. My child, I want you to remember who you are. You are not the pain you experienced. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the rejection you faced. You are someone who is learning, growing, and becoming stronger. Your story is still alive. Your purpose is still unfolding. Your future still holds moments you have not reached yet. My child, if you stayed until this final message, understand this. There is a reason. Let these words become more than something you hear. Let them become something you live. Be patient with yourself. Show kindness. Protect your thoughts. Choose your path with wisdom. Apply these lessons in your life every day because true change happens when truth becomes action. If this entire message has strengthened your heart and you believe that your journey is still guided, right, I receive this message and I will keep my faith as your declaration today. Let those words be a reminder that you are stepping forward with hope, not fear. And if these messages strengthened your spirit, encouraged your heart, or helped you through difficult seasons, share this video with someone who may need hope tonight. And if you feel led to support this ministry so these words can continue reaching hurting hearts around the world, you can do so through the link given below. My child, if these words brought comfort, peace, or encouragement into your life, continue supporting this message. Like this video so more hearts can receive hope. Subscribe to stay connected with words that strengthen your spirit, and share this with someone who may be silently fighting a battle nobody knows about. Remember, my child, you were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. You were never walking alone. Every tear was seen. Every prayer was heard. Every step mattered. Continue with courage. Continue with faith. Continue with love. The past has taught you. The present is shaping you. The future is waiting for you. Walk forward with peace because I am already there. I was with you before this message began. I am with you as you hear these final words. and I will remain with you through every chapter still waiting to be written. My child, keep believing. Keep trusting. Keep your heart close. Your journey is not over. A beautiful new chapter is still beginning.